Directly behind me on this wall is the last of the snow removal tools that Ace Hardware has to offer. Within a week's time or so, all of these tools will be replaced with newer appliances that are more suitable for warmer weather.
This past weekend, weather was not kind to the U of I golf course. As you can see right behind me, this puddle was created as a result of the storms that took place.
I'm inside of Parkland's cooking studio, where Hospitality Program Director Jeff Kyler instructs his students on how to create delicious food. As you can see right behind me, these very stoves and countertops are what are used to make the food. Here outside of the McKinley Presbyterian Church, we're inside this very building. Members of the Champaign Community Coalition are meeting and talking about the film that they just saw, called Racial Taboo.
Weather has not been too kind to the Champaign County area. The U of I's orange and blue golf course has taken a lot of rain this past weekend. But despite the poor conditions on the course, the weather has not stopped Parkland College golfer Garrett Hicksonbaugh, who is putting in the extra practice for regionals.
Raining every day this week. As you can see, there's water everywhere, and just trying to get putting and stuff for regionals coming up. We got it canceled this weekend. It's rescheduled to next week.
With the new water hazards that have been popping up around the course, golfers are faced with yet another test. This past weekend, weather was not kind to the U of I golf course. As you can see right behind me, this puddle was created as a result of the storms that took place. As the course remains open to courageous golfers willing to take on the tough conditions, General Manager Mike Wallner is optimistic it will be in better shape within the coming days.
And obviously right now it's very windy, so that'll obviously help dry things up. So by tomorrow, we hope that it won't be all gone, but I think you'll see significant decrease in the standing water out here.
Fortunately, the practice green is still in good shape. This is where Hicksonbaugh and his teammates often come to work on sharpening up their putting and short game.
We probably practice here 5 days a week, but it has really good putting facilities. It has a range, has chipping facilities. It's really, really nice. This is for us. They hook us up with golf balls and all sorts of things like that. So, it's just really good.
Golfers like Hicksonbaugh know that water hazards already play a big role in the sport. But with even more than usual, it makes it that much more challenging. Parkland College offers students the opportunity to participate in a variety of hospitality programs. For the past 7+ years, the program's director, Jeff Kyler, has shared his passion for food through the art form of teaching. He tends to cook meals that he knows both his students and his family will enjoy. Kyler believes that complexity is not always necessary in creating an excellent dish. One thing he prides himself on is simplicity.
I tend to personally, I cook things that I know that the family will eat. So I don't strike out too far out into eclectic tastes and stuff like that. But I often am looking at just what is simple but good production.
Kyler tries to bring that same enthusiasm he has for cooking and instill the same mindset upon his students. One student in particular credits Kyler for assisting her in choosing cooking as a career.
I'll tell you, working with Jeff, he has led me, not only am I a current student, but I currently own my own business, and it's called Mama Dukes. And I want you to know that I got my inspiration from that guy.
History degrees, English degrees. I'm inside of Parkland's cooking studio, where Hospitality Program Director Jeff Kyler instructs his students on how to create delicious food. As you can see right behind me, these very stoves and countertops are what are used to make the food.
Kyler's takeaway from his experience as director is that he hopes to prepare students for a job in the hospitality industry.
Just helping students see what they're capable of and really understanding that they're empowered to make things happen.
Kyler brings a lot to the table as both a teacher of culinary art and as a person. It's the middle of February, and yes, people are enjoying the nice warm weather outside. But for Illinois State climatologist Jim Angel, this came as quite a surprise.
We're way below average on snowfall so far. In fact, we're probably, if we don't get any more snow, it could be the least snowiest winter on record for us. So it was just pretty much the exact opposite of what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was going to be cold and snowy, and ended up being warm and not snowy at all.
The unexpected beautiful weather brings members of the community out to play. Champaign resident Daniel Montes was prepared for the warmth.
I was expecting this weather. I checked the weather a week before in advance, and we were just loving it. Like, we had planned this already, and we're here now, having fun.
Even retail stores such as Ace Hardware are ready to move on from the cold winter weather.
We're keeping a little mix of the winter product out just in case, but we're starting to change over, so we're gearing up for spring because we think it's going to start early.
Directly behind me on this wall is the last of the snow removal tools that Ace Hardware has to offer. Within a week's time or so, all of these tools will be replaced with newer appliances that are more suitable for warmer weather. Meanwhile, Angel continues to monitor the trends and changes in climate conditions. Even he was caught off guard by this mild winter.
So what we've been seeing in Illinois historically is that over the last century we've gotten warmer and wetter over time. But what's happening is we're getting a lot more warm years than we're getting cold years. We're getting a lot milder winters than more severe winters, and we're also seeing more wet years and fewer drought years.
For those of you that want to get outdoors, you can expect to see the weather hovering around the mid-60s for the rest of the week. In Champaign, Brandon Brenseke, UI7 News. A mix-up caused quite a stir Sunday night at the Oscars. We have a look into the controversy in tonight's Hollywood Minute. So, there's been 2 fires within the last 2 weeks in Champaign. Do you think there's any rhyme or reason behind why this has happened?
Both of the fires are still under investigation, so we're actually still searching for reasons, things like that, and the investigations are ongoing. It's very rare for us to have 2 fires that are this serious in Champaign. We're sort of, as you look at our historical data, blessed with very few fires.
While people gathered for the university's birthday, another festival brought in crowds, but for a very different reason. UI7's Natasha Mosquera shows how one group gathered to conquer their fear of some tiny creatures. Tonight's game will feature a matchup between the Big Ten's 2 Illinois rivals. The Illini took the first contest by a final score of 68-61 in Evanston, and the team looks to use their momentum from this past weekend to improve upon their 15-12 overall record and 5-9 record in conference play. Tip-off will be at 7 p.m. tonight at the State Farm Center. In other sports news, Illini softball wasn't so victorious. They wrapped up their weekend out west, finishing with a 1-2 record. As for the Illinois women's gymnastics team, they're coming off a victory over Michigan State. The team posted their highest point total of the season and will be riding high as they head to Lexington, Kentucky this weekend to take on the Wildcats. And that's all for sports today. Back to you guys.